Hi guys, welcome back to Daily Dreamer. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me for a dream or two. Alright guys, so I told you I want to show you something. Just take a moment, I want to show you something. I tell you all the time that I dream. I dream every time I close my eyes. The dreams lately have been getting more and more vivid. Some of their messages are to the point. Some of them I have to root through and kind of sit on and meditate. But other than that, the imagery is becoming stronger as well, which is wonderful. But I want to show you something because I know that I tell you guys this, that I dream all the time, all right? But I'm going to show you. See this? This is not even half of the journals that I have, okay? This dreams every single time that I close my eyes. It's almost impossible to keep up with this many. Every one of these journals is filled with just nothing but dreams, you know. You think I'd be a little bit more organized, if you will, but, you know, I mean, we're talking when you're in the middle of the night and you dream so much, you know, you just literally just kind of just grab what you can, which I find that these pads are just great for that very reason. But with that said, my current particular pad here with the dreams for November, I'm going to just get started on the dream that I just had just the other night, all right? This one was an interesting one, so let's go ahead and discuss this. All right, so I wake up and I come to, and I'm at this like house of horrors. I'm walking through and it's dark and I can see like really bad scenes being recreated, not relived. It was as though they were just dramatizing, reacting, like acting them out, you know, but not with any real guts or gore. I walked through a little bit. I was kind of bored at that point. I wanted to leave. I see a door. Of course, I'm going to go through the door because I'm done with that. So as I go through the door, I walk out and I notice that I'm at a carnival. Love carnivals. Great. Let's have a good time. We're here to play. As I walk, there's a gentleman who approaches me from this side and he says, step right up and ride, the greatest ride ever. And I happen to look over and I see that it is an actual Ferris wheel. And I look up at the Ferris wheel, look over at him, and I say, no, thank you. I convey the thought. I'm afraid of heights. I don't want to ride a Ferris wheel. And he says, my dear, he says, these rides are not what you think they are. They are only limited to what's in your mind. And so, nevertheless, I'm going to decline because I don't like heights. So I carry on down the path. Sooner or later, he comes back up to me and he says, hey, step up, ride the greatest ride ever. And he points to a ride. So I happen to look over and it happens to be teacups. I don't want to ride the teacups either because teacups always make me dizzy. Why you got to come up to me with the rides that, you know, are not suiting me? I don't know. But anyway, so I say no to him. I don't want to ride the teacups. They go round and round. I don't want to ride them. They make me dizzy. He says, my dear, these are the greatest rides ever. It's not what you think it is. It's not limited to going round and round like your mind. And so I laugh at the joke and I continue on. Going down the path, he comes up once more. Now I'm getting a little frustrated here, okay? Because I'm like, all right, you keep saying these are the greatest rides, but you're not presenting me with any great rides so far. And he says, step on up, ride the greatest ride ever. And he points over to this roller coaster. Well, I'm terrified of roller coasters. I don't like the ups and downs. And I explain that to him. No, thank you. I don't want to go on the ups and downs. I don't like the suspense. And he looks at me and he goes, well, you know, it goes inside and outside too. And I was like, oh, okay, no, I'm good. At this point, I just want to leave the carnival. And so I just continue on trying to get out of this carnival. And I happen to see a cotton candy machine over there. I go over to the cotton candy machine and then I see the exit, which was great. So I'm going to get me some cotton candy on the way out. Grab the cotton candy, and as I'm taking a bite, it's not at all what I thought it was going to taste like. It tasted like fried chicken. I was back to consciousness at that point. So what on earth does that dream mean? Let's go find out what I think it means. All right, guys, what do you think the dream meant? That was a crazy dream, wasn't it? Well, I'll tell you what I think it means. I think it means this. Before we ever came into this reality, all of us applied for some sort of like slice of time, if you will. The moment that you were born, at the precise time of your birth, the stars, the planets, the moon, the sun, they were all aligned just for you. All right. The energy from the stars and the planets, they made their imprint on you. And why was that? because the energy was touching Earth at the exact moment for you when you came here. Okay? Within that precise moment, there were written certain probabilities, specific opportunities, and challenges that were designed just for you. You yourself actually selected that particular moment. And why did you do that? Because you wanted to give yourself the opportunities that you thought would be ideal for you to experience in this lifetime. That is why. But in all of this prep work for you to come and physically be, at what point in all the lessons that we learned from, were we ever encouraged to invest in our own self and in our own imagination? We are taught from the beginning to grow up, get a job, set up for the 30-year, safe fund. And we all fall in line doing that. We all do the daily hustle. We all try to go ahead and make ends meet. But by doing this, we seem to forget. We seem to not invest in ourselves because we're too busy investing in out there to make things happen. By doing this, we end up robbing ourselves of the very qualities through which we can actually save ourselves, change ourselves, and redefine freedom for ourselves. And that's very important, okay? Guess where it all lies with it? Guess where the answer is? Right here, in your imagination. Okay, right now as energies increase on the planet, and they are, more and more blocks in our physical, in our emotional, in our spiritual bodies, they are being magnified. They are put under that magnifying glass. There are unexpressed feelings, unexpressed ideas from you. Okay, and all that does is end up creating obstacles for each one of us reaching the use of our own imaginations. See, we create these obstacles, and by creating these obstacles, we are defeating the whole purpose, which is for us to connect to our higher selves, our imagination. Our imagination ends up becoming stifled from this. But guess what? There's good news. You can actually help correct this, okay? But that's going to require you being responsible for who you are. Right now, wherever you are, okay, if you have a biased judgment against something, or if you're going through some difficulty and you find yourself saying like, I don't want to know this, I don't like that, I don't like this about me, trust that right now that the world hears you, and it is going to be putting that under a magnifying glass for you. It is going to amplify that problem for you. Okay, and you're going to squeal and you're going to squirm until you get it right, until you figure it out. And if you don't, all you're going to do is keep manifesting these blocks in the form of very difficult challenges for yourself. Everything right now is intensifying currently. Okay, it is being done so in order to teach you and people about responsibility, about maintaining a clarity of purpose and intent, right? And want you to keep the road, keep the focus, okay? That is why right now, self-work on yourself is demanding your attention currently. It's asking you to pay attention to yourself because there have got to be some changes made for you to move forward, okay? So you need to pay attention. If your body is screaming aches and pains, it may not be a medical thing. It could be very well a spiritual or emotional blockage that you got to pay attention. All right. And as more and more of you come to the realization and start understanding who you are, and as more and more of you unfolds itself in you, okay, and as you do this self-work, those traumas, those emotional baggages, they are going to eventually be released from their holding patterns. We've been holding these for years because it's what we've been taught. We've never really been taught to release, all right? But remember this, guys. You invited every single player here in your life that you have ever met, ever casually came up to. You invited them. You, as the director, cast the parts and run the show. So if you are now finally getting tired of your script, remember, you're the one that writes it. Let me let you in on a little secret though, okay? Here's what's going to stop you. It's blame and victimhood. Okay? If you continuously blame others or you're continuously putting yourself in the victimhood mentality, those are definite traps for sure to keep your imagination and you stifled. This is the very state of disempowerment. This is going to cut your imagination off in a second. So remember, do not fall into that easily obtained mental mind torture game that we love to play so much. Stop with the blaming. Stop with the victim mentality. You're stronger than that. Okay? Also, please remember, the key to unlocking your imagination, if you want the key and you want a place to start, guess where it's at? Laughter. That's a trademark. That's a trademark of it. Yep. So with any energies that you encounter, please make certain, no matter how the outcome is, no matter how disappointing, no matter how mad, take a moment, take a breath, and see what you can at least laugh about it for. Okay? Laughter is the key to your freedom. We are encouraged to do that. We are encouraged to operate out of our feeling center at this point. So laugh. All right? Laughter is a good thing. That's your solar plexus. That's your gut. Make it come from there. Because we have the same capacity and activity inside our stomachs that we do up with our brain cells. So make it count, guys. All right? In this time, we are being asked to reconsider ourselves. When we can alter our experience in what we believe, we find every event that we wanted to create happen. All right, we are reminded now that there are opportunities that may be disguised as losses. So when you feel upset that something didn't go your way, it may be because there's another opportunity coming your way. So find a reason to laugh about it because it's going to happen, all right? Right now, this solar plexus area right here, this is where you perceive the world. So how are you perceiving it? Are you negative or are you positive? It's your feeling center. It's where you get your threads of data, that gut instinct, okay? It is through the solar plexus that you end up feeling your way through these events that don't make sense to you, but you just know, right? So back up, take a look, and then smile about it. Reroute your decision-making process to go through here first before here, all right? Ask what your gut has to say first. Acknowledge your body's wisdom because it has it. Wisdom right now is speaking to you. It's going to be the best advisor that you will ever know. Your body wants to work with you guys. And often it's always just the thoughts that we have that work against our body. Your logical mind, remember, has been trained by those who want you to go ahead and perform within a limited reality. All right? They want you to have a limited frequency. So don't lose sight, guys. Right now, the greatest show on earth is right around the corner. So step on up, ride those greatest rides in this lovely carnival. Apparently, all you need is a ticket of imagination because then you find the key, which is your absolute inner freedom. Guys, thanks so much for joining me for Daily Dreamer. Sweet dreams and many blessings to you.